Yo, welcome back to KAMMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
I'm Andy O.
And we're KAMMA. We're about to talk about UFC Vegas 118, also known as UFC Fight Night 278. The main event of this one is going to be Bilal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim. We're back at the Apex. Quick recap from last week. I held down the channel going 8-4 in the predictions. The reason why it was 8-4, I know there was 13 fights, but there was the no contest fight between Alex Perez and Suma Derji. Unfortunately, Perez got hit in the nuts, threw up, and they had to call a no contest. A bunch of bullshit. Andy O going 7-5.
Good job, the deal.
Thank you. We always bounce back and forth, holding down the channel. So we're going to talk about our early predictions and breakdowns for the prelims. And who's in the prelims? We got the first fight, Caitlin Souza versus Ariane Carnelossi. Then we got Jaisla Chavez versus Yunesi Dubin. Then we got Jordan Levitt versus Joanderson Brito. Then we got Chelsea Chandler versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chairez. And the main event of the prelims, Marcus McGee versus John Yanis. So to start us off, the ladies going at it. Andy O, who you got here between Caitlin Souza and Ariane Carnelossi?
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I've been waiting for this rematch for 7 years. Yeah. In that first fight, we had Ariane Carnelossi winning that fight against Caitlin Souza way back. And that's why I'm so excited for this one. Here, I think it's probably going to be a stand-up battle. Ariane Carnelossi is a good example of a fighter, as I say sometimes, the deal, muscles don't win tussles.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those fighters. She's like super built. She has muscles on muscles, and she doesn't really have that much else, I'd have to say. She has some power. Her style is coming in there on the blitzes with big shots. I think she's too easy to hit here. I think Caitlin Souza has more skill on the feet and is going to be able to, use more varied striking and use the range against Carnelossi and get her timing down and hit her when she's coming in. So I think Caitlin Souza is going to get the win here, and maybe if we're lucky, we're going to actually get a trilogy. So I'm going to call Caitlin Souza by decision or knockout.
All right, man. Yeah, Caitlin Souza is a very, very good fighter. She's very aggressive. And yeah, you're right. The first fight was a long time ago when these guys fought when they were not in the UFC. And yes, Carnelossi did win by knockout at the time. But, Caitlin Souza has been a much better fighter since then. Very aggressive. She's known for explosive striking and slick grappling. She definitely likes to, she does have some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's a brown belt in BJJ. And she's very good at Muay Thai and kickboxing. She pushes a high pace. She's willing to trade in the pocket. She uses unorthodox, deceptive feints, stance switching, sudden blitzes like wheel kicks and flying knees to disrupt her opponent's rhythm. She's got clean boxing fundamentals. Very good boxer. And she likes to slip inside forward pressure to land short, sharp counters. Most of her signature striking is her weaving left hook. She prefers to stand and strike, and she excels in chaotic scrambles. She's very good on the mat, and she could capitalize on downed opponents with rapid submissions, such as rear naked chokes. Ariane Carnelossi, she's a Muay Thai Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. She's very aggressive as well, pressure heavy. She relies on her Muay Thai background. She's got raw power in her hands, forward pressure, and she uses crushing knees and looping hooks in the pocket. She's primarily a striker, but she does hold a black belt in BJJ. And she does mix in the level changes to secure takedowns. When the fight hits the mat, her favorite submission is the armbar. She likes to make fights into brawls, and she likes to make her opponents uncomfortable. But she gasses out. She gashes out a lot, Ariane Carnelossi. In the second and third round, you'll see her start tiring out.
She's also very easy to take down when that starts
Very easy to take down when that happens, that's right. Give me Caitlin Souza to win this one. Also, I got her winning also by knockout or decision in this one here. So me and Andy O in agreement with the first fight of the prelims. Let's move on up to this next fight. The ladies going at it again. We got Jaisla Chavez, also known as Ebraba, versus Yunesi Dubin.
Abraba.
So for this one here, man, Jaisla Chavez is making her UFC debut. But she's very good. This fighter here, she's very aggressive, forward pressure striking style, relentless pace, physical toughness. She throws a high volume of strikes. And Abraba means the fierce one. So she's very resilient, very fierce. She excels at forcing chaotic, high-intensity dogfights inside the cage. She marches opponents down without backing away, and she maintains heavy output even when taking damage. She uses aggressive footwork to trap rivals against the fence. Yunesi Dubin didn't really impress me much. We've seen her fight in her UFC debut against Carly Judice, where she got knocked out with a head kick. She's also an explosive striker. She's very highly credentialed, though. She has a international Taekwondo championship. She holds a black belt in Taekwondo. She started karate. She got a black belt in Wushu, and she became an international Wushu champion. She holds blue belts in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Luta Livre, and she's a national BJJ champion. So she's very credentialed and very talented, but she doesn't look that good in the cage. She hasn't really proven anything much in her fights. She does have an aggressive counter strike, massive single strike, and she likes to fight at a distance. But I'm going with Jaisla Chavez in this one. I think she's going to come out here and do some damage. I think she's the stronger fighter. And I got her winning by knockout or decision here.
You touched on it right there with Dubin, that one shot encounters. That's really it. She relies on those big power shots there. That's the way she fights. And she does have power. She did lose her UFC debut, but that was against Carly Judy, so I don't think there's much shame in that. Abraba here, she likes to pressure forward, lots of volume, and I think she'll be disruptive enough doing that with her style to prevent Yunesi Dubin from getting that big knockout blow. But that big knockout blow, if she's not careful, she's going to be going for it, and she will get knocked out because of it. So I don't know. Looking at the odds, it's kind of wide to me. So I'm thinking maybe a tap or something on a Dubin by knockout, but the pick is going to be Jaisla Chavez by decision or knockout.
I also like Chavez's 2-inch height advantage, and she's also going to have a 2-inch reach advantage as well. All right, me and Andio agreeing on the second fight of the prelims. Next fight, we got Jordan Levitt against Joanderson Brito. Andio.
Here, my pick is going to be Jordan the Monkey King Levitt, because I loved what I saw from Jordan Levitt defeating that undefeated guy the last time out there. If you remember the deal, he was a big underdog.
Yadier Del Valle.
Del Valle was coming off that win. We don't really know if it was a real fight where that other guy threw the fight there and he got kicked out of UFC. But that was pretty impressive. So the thing here is that the way he handled him the last fight, imposed his will with the grappling. I really think that's a good game plan here against Joanderson Brito, because Joanderson Brito, if you want to give this guy problems in fights, you got to be a good grappler that's not going to give up, that's going to get him down, that's going to tire Anderson Brito out. And another thing here is that he's going to have a hard time keeping Jordan Levitt off of him, because this isn't the Jordan Levitt from before. This is going to be the super-sized Jordan Levitt. He moved down in weight for his last fight, and you saw what happened there. If Joanderson Brito can get dominated by a guy that can grapple give me a second here.
Pat Sabatini.
If Pat Sabatini can do what he did to Joanderson Brito, completely dominated him when it comes to the wrestling and the ground game, I think a supersized Jordan Levitt can pretty much do the same thing, maybe not as well. They're different style grapplers. You're going to see more trips and stuff from Jordan Levitt. but I think that'll be enough to foil Joanderson Brito's game here. Joanderson Brito does have the subs, but it's going to be very hard to sub Levitt, who's a better wrestler, and that's his game. And he's shifty there too, and he's a good scrambler. So I'm going to go with Jordan Levitt here by decision or sub.
Yeah, man. Jordan Levitt, he's a grappler and submission specialist. He's got an unorthodox fighting style. The Monkey King, he's very, unorthodox. His striking is very weird. He moves around in the cage very weird.
Good kicks. Good kicks.
Yeah, he's got good kicks. He's got a very good wrestling background. He likes to secure takedowns. Very creative ground game. And he's got rare submissions like the inverted triangle choke. His path to victory is on the mat, man. The guy, he's got a diverse submission arsenal. He's got guillotine chokes, anaconda chokes, the extremely rare inverted triangle. He fights with a highly relaxed, quirky, unconventional demeanor. Makes it difficult for his opponents to read him. He relies on flashy, low risk strikes to close the distance and transition to his grappling. Once he gets his opponent on the canvas, he maintains heavy top control and delivers sharp ground and pound, and he hunts for submissions. Joanderson Brito, I like this guy too. He's very aggressive. He likes to forward pressure. He's got a relentless pace, heavy striking, opportunistic grappling. He's from Chuto Box. Those guys are very good out there. He's got aggressive pressure, keeps moving forward, hunts for finishes, overwhelms his opponents from the opening bell. He relies on powerful straight punches, heavy overhands, quick combinations. He's always looking to close the distance and inflict damage. He's got dangerous submissions as well. He's got a jiu-jitsu brown belt and very good grappling as well. He's got a lethal ninja choke, a guillotine choke, and a solid ground and pound. But like you said, NDO, I think I'm going to go with Jordan Levitt as well in this one here. The reason why is because of the size advantage, like you mentioned, man. He's going to be 3 inches taller. As you can see here, he's 5'11", compared to the 5'8" Joanderson Brito. He's also, going to be the bigger guy going down from lightweight to featherweight.
Definitely. We'll see that for sure.
Jordan Levitt fighting against a smaller guy is going to be to his advantage here for Jordan Levitt. And again, I like the way he looked against Yadier Del Val. I like the way he looks against Kurt Hollabaugh. I like the way he looked against Victor Martinez as well.
Even his loss to Paddy Pimblett was a learning experience.
Yeah, he did get subbed out by Paddy Pimblett, but Paddy Pimblett's definitely on another level above Joanderson Brito. But he's still beaten some pretty good names like Trey Ogden and like the guys we just mentioned there. And he fought the better fighters, man. Claudio Puelles, Matt Stiles, Trey Ogden, Paddy Pimblett, Victor Martinez, Chase Hooper. So he's fought the better fighters compared to Joanderson Brito. Give me Jordan Levitt to win this one here by, I think he goes and gets a sub or decision in this one here. But I will say this, Joanderson Brito, I will have a little sprinkle on the knockout or sub prop for Brito because he's very dangerous as well. All right, so let's move on up to the next fight. We got the ladies going at it again. Priscilla Ketcha beating Cachoeira against Chelsea Chandler. This is a horrible fight. This is 2 really fucking terrible low-level women fighters here. It's going to be tough. Chelsea Chandler, she's very aggressive, pressure-heavy grappler. She's not afraid to brawl in the pocket. She's got relentless grappling as well, good heavy ground and pound. She's got a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a slick ground game. She naturally prefers to take the fight to the mat, where she could utilize sweeps, dominant top control, relentless submissions. And once she gets her opponents on the canvas, she rarely stays static. She actively transitions between positions and unloads brutal smashing elbows and punches to wear down her opponent and then look for choke opportunities. Zombie girl, you know her. She's like a zombie, just moves forward, relentless pressure. She's a purple belt in BJJ as well, but you never see her really use any takedowns or ground game. She just likes to go out there and box it out and strike. She's got good overhand rights, good uppercuts, knockout power. She's a brawler and engages in tough stand-up fights. This one's tough to call, man. I'm going to go with Chelsea Chandler ever so slightly. I think she's just going to be the bigger girl here. And she's going to maybe outmuscle Cachoeira, try to get her on the cage, get her down, hit her with some knees against the cage, some elbows, and then get her to the ground where she can definitely beat her up on the ground. I'm going to go Chelsea Chandler wins this one by, I'll say by submission or decision.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Cachoeira is still around, actually. I'm going to go with Chelsea Chandler also, just the more well-rounded fighter. I think while I don't recommend a stand-up brawl and her, getting into the pocket there, I think she's would be able to get some shots through on Cachoeira, but she has to try to get her down, hold her against the fence, tire her out, and just use some of that wrestling, try to keep her on the ground because Cachoeira always has a hard time getting up. And yeah, and with not much confidence. So give me Chandler by decision or knockout. No, sub. Decision or sub.
All right, so me and Andy O in agreement with this fight here as well. Let's move on up to the next one. We got a very good fight here in Bruno Silva and Edgar Chairez. Andy O.
Oh yeah, here I have to pick my boy Bruno Silva, one of my more underrated guys. I think he just has more skill and talent overall than Edgar Chairez. I think he only loses to the best guys. Even when he does, he usually looks very competitive against them. And the only thing he's probably not as good at when it comes to what Edgar Chairez has is his submission game. I think that's pretty dangerous for Chairez. He loves those front chokes, those darches. But Silva is a better wrestler. I don't see Chairez getting Silva down. So if Silva wants to keep this fight on the feet, that's where it's going to stay. And I think he has a good chance of getting the decision here because Chairez is pretty hard to put away. Or I don't see him subbing out Chairez, although Chairez has two subs by loss. There's two losses by sub. Because I really think that Silva's going to want to keep it up on the feet. He's a lot faster than Chairez. He's going to have more volume. Well, like Chairez only went for a takedown twice in the UFC, and he didn't make any of them. So I don't see him getting a takedown here. Give me Bruno Silva by decision or knockout.
All right, man. So for me, this one here, Bruno Silva, man, this guy's a very good striker. He's got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's very powerful, and he stalks his opponents. He's got a southpaw stance to land punches and knees. He's a powerful striker who's won several fights by knockout. You can see here 6 knockouts, 5 submissions, 4 decisions, very well-rounded. And he's got a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as I mentioned. Very strong ground game. He likes to stalk his opponents, press forward, pressing his opponents. And he's got a powerful knee strike as well, good kicks. Edgar Chairez, very versatile also. The guy's a brawler. He's got high volume striking, solid clinch work as well. He's got good submission grappling, specifically triangles and chokes. And he excels at fighting at range. He likes to get those straight punches and calf kicks. Also thrives in close quarters as well. He's got a high-paced, flurrying style, often landing straight punches and chopping calf kicks. He's worked at refining his boxing. He's got a strong ground game as well. But yeah, like you said, I think that Bruno Silva is just a little bit better. He's a little bit more technical as well. Chairez is more of a wild guy out there. So I'm going to go Bruno Silva to get the win here by submission or decision. But again, this is another one where Edgar Chairez sprinkle for KO submission is also a very good bet there. Edgar Chairez by KO sub, just like Joe Anderson Brito. These are two guys that can get
Bruno Silva.
well, they're very dangerous, these guys, right? So you never know. I think Chairez is a dangerous fighter. You can see he's a finisher. He's got 4 knockouts, 8 subs out of his 13 wins. So I'm going to go Bruno Silva by submission or decision. You can see the 6 losses of Chairez is by sub or decision there. He's he's got a very durable chin, so I don't think Bruno will knock him out, but he can definitely get a sub or win by decision. All right, so we're in agreement with all of the fights so far in these prelims. We've hit the main event of the prelims. Guys, hit the like button, subscribe if you're enjoying We got Marcus McGee against John Yanis. Now, this fight here is a fight that is John Yanis is coming in on short notice in this fight here. Originally, Marcus McGee was supposed to fight Jakub Wiklax, but Wiklax got injured. So now John Yanis is coming in on short notice to fight Marcus McGee. And Marcus McGee, man, I love this guy. From the beginning, since I've seen this guy, he looks amazing. He's super built, super ripped, in phenomenal shape. He's got a high pressure striking style, very explosive one punch knockout power, and he's very aggressive. He combines relentless forward movement with diverse striking arsenal. He's got devastating power in his hands. He likes to stop his opponents with single strikes, and he's got flashy techniques like spinning wheel kicks as well. He rarely takes a step backward. He prefers to push the pace, corner his opponents, and overwhelm them with high volume combinations. Even though he's a striker, the guy can also do well on the ground. He's got very good submission victories, such as rear naked chokes. And Yanis, this guy here, John Yanis, he was very impressive, Yanis, in that last fight that he had, which was against Jamie Siraj. He actually knocked out Jamie Siraj in that fight, and nobody thought that he was going to come in there. I think he also came in on short notice against Jamie Siraj as well and ended up knocking him out. Yanis is very he's got a straightforward style. It's mostly boxing. He likes to box. He thrives in the pocket. He's a boxing heavy guy. So Marcus McGee will have the advantage on the ground. John Yanis is very durable, though. He's very tough. He's able to trade punches, withstand takedowns. His takedown defense is pretty good. He does have a background in amateur boxing as well, and he's won titles in boxing, both in the amateur and professional level. So yeah, give me Marcus McGee here to have the advantage on the ground. You see that John Yanis has been subbed 2 times and lost 2 decisions. I'm going with Marcus McGee to win this one by, I'll go by finish, knockout or submission.
No, there's no way this fight is going to the ground, though. I think Marcus McGee is just going to keep his distance against this boxer here and just get his groove going, get his timing going, and hit him with varied shots, because I think Yanis is going to have trouble with that. He's too straightforward in his boxing and his pressure style. I think the only reason he looked good against Siraj was because Siraj is utter shit on the feet, and I think he wrecked his leg or something at the beginning of that fight. But the thing is, Siraj, I thought Siraj would win that fight. I think you did too, the deal, right?
Yeah.
Or
yeah, I had Siraj, yeah. And
the thing is,
came in an upset.
The reason a lot of us did have Siraj is because we thought he would get to the ground game and that's it. But he never did. So I don't know what was up with that. Very bad look for Siraj. I hope we don't see him again. But Marcus McGee, man, don't forget, I also picked Marcus McGee against Peter Yan, of all people, right? That was a bad pick. But even that, it's a learning experience for Marcus McGee. Peter Yan's a beast. He showed that he's like pretty much the best again. And this is quite the step down from Peter Yan. I don't think there's anything wrong with Marcus McGee's confidence. I think he puts this guy away. Give me Marcus McGee by knockout or sub even, but I think it's going to be a knockout.
There you have it, folks. Me and Andy O agreeing on all of the fights in the prelims. Stay tuned for the main card coming up next. KAMMA, let's get it, baby. Peace out.
MMA.